Now, climate change is going to be a major focus at the UNGA, and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be attending the United Nations Climate Action Summit 2019 on the 23rd of September in New York. That will be held in the General Assembly Hall at the United Nations headquarters. Now, the United Nations Climate Action Summit is being held before the second mega meeting of the International Solar Alliance. That will be held in New Delhi next month. Now, Prime Minister Modi, remember, back with the then French President François Hollande, had jointly inaugurated the International Solar Alliance in Paris on the sidelines of the COP21, the United Nations Climate Conference. Now, the International Solar Alliance is an alliance of more than 122 countries that has been jointly initiated by India and France. Now, this initiative had first been proposed by Prime Minister Modi on his trip to the United Kingdom in 2015. And just ahead of the summit, the United Nations Secretary General has said that India is a fundamental partner in international efforts on climate change and is a fantastic effort maker in growing its renewable energy basket.
So, India is doing a lot when it comes to solar energy, when it comes to climate change. The International Solar Alliance is an example of this. How is India shaping this global discourse on climate change?
So, you have to understand that 1/6 of the world community is India. And whatever we do in India will have an impact globally. Our Prime Minister is committed to a way of life which is in harmony with nature. His view is that for generations, for centuries, Indians have lived in harmony with nature, and therefore we should continue that lifestyle which has sustained us for all our known history. And that's our effort. In terms of climate change, we have committed ourselves to a path which is sustainable and which will have an increasing component of renewable energy. And that's why we have exceeded our commitments under the Paris Accord for more than 4 years ahead of schedule. You will see that we have the ambition, we have the vision to keep pushing on a sustainable, renewable path towards development.
So, India is sending a strong message with the solar park which is established on the roof of the United Nations. How will this message echo when the Indian Prime Minister speaks at the Climate Change Summit on Monday, being the initial speakers?
Yes, we are grateful that the United Nations has given Prime Minister Modi pride of place in terms of speakers. His vision about how India intends to take forward a renewable and sustainable path towards development will find echoes, because we are a developing country. We are a country which is committed to a sustainable lifestyle, and the world is looking at us to be a pathfinder and a facilitator in what is increasingly a major concern globally, that unless we act, man-made climate change will overwhelm all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So that was India's permanent representative at the United Nations, Syed Akbaruddin. And besides the many other aspects that will be discussed at the UNGA, India will, of course, be highlighting its commitment in meeting the targets that had been decided at the Paris conference back in 2015. Now, Prime Minister Modi is also expected to showcase India's challenges while moving towards cleaner energy. Now, India, for its part, has installed power generation capacity of 358 gigawatts, of which almost about 22% or about 80 gigawatts is created through clean energy projects such as solar and wind. In addition to large hydel power projects which also generate clean energy, India is poised to have 225 gigawatts of renewable energy by the year 2022, out of which 70 gigawatts are expected to be added through solar energy alone. However, the push for renewables will also come at a very steep price for India, which would need an investment of a jaw-dropping $2 trillion by the year 2030 to meet its climate change requirements according to the Paris Climate Accord. The last 4 years were the hottest 4 on record. July 2019 was also recorded as the hottest month in recorded history, and temperatures are on the rise even in the Arctic, and species extinction rate is higher than ever before in the last 10,000 years. Life-threatening impacts of climate change on weather, air quality, health, and its threat to food security, economy and social harmony are more and more evident now. India has also made it clear that it is on track with its pre-2020 climate goals and will not reassess its targets before the year 2023.